In this episode, the Pink Panther is embarrassed, King Ghidorah takes a rest, and I'm heckled once again. Hello, it's Dave here at Vintage Toy Rush. Today we're going to gain some insight into the land of Japan and take a look at these unique Bullmark Kaiju figures from the 1970s. Back in the 70s, here in the UK, toy companies such as Palitoy were selling Action Man and Star Wars. During the same time period, over in Japan, another island, 5,700 miles away, the toys were, how can we say, different. Kaiju literally translates to strange beast and is a Japanese genre of films featuring giant monsters. It all started in 1954 with the film Godzilla, and the popularity of these monsters predictably led to an explosion of kaiju toys from companies such as Marasan and Bullmark. Bullmark is a Japanese toy company that is most famous for selling PVC kaiju and Ultraman toys in the 1970s. The company was also simply known as Bull, as their logo of a bull was stamped on many of its toys. In an attempt to compete in a changing toy marketplace, in 1973, Bullmark also branched out into die-cast toys, which were sold under the brand name of Zinklon, and it's these toys we're going to take a closer look at now. Let's start with the iconic Godzilla, who is normally depicted as an enormous destructive sea monster empowered by nuclear radiation. Well, this rendition is certainly less imposing, standing at approximately 5 inches tall, but he still packs a punch in play features. First, he's heavy due to mostly being made of die-cast except for the head and the tail, which are made of vinyl, typical of many Japanese toys of the time. This version is green, but he also came in brown. The legs can move and the arms are quite ingenious. The elbow joints are loose, but part of the design. When like this, the arm rests on the leg, and when you pull this lever up here, the arm straightens out. You can even perform a karate chop. The tail moves from left to right, and the same happens with the head. When I move it from left to right, the mouth opens. Remember, Bullmark was also simply known as Bull, and this is why. The logo was stamped on their toys, and here we can see it clearly underneath his foot, along with the model number BP17. Now, most toy manufacturers would have been happy with this toy as is, but not in Japan, oh no. We can pull down his chest to reveal a mini playset. I don't have all the parts, but kept in his chest is a tank and plane, and there's also this telescoping command center. I know what you're thinking. Keep it clean. It's definitely a command center. If you zoom in, you can see two figures manning it. But still, this is not enough. The mini playset also has firing missiles, a feature common to many Japanese toys. Anyone remember the Takara missile firing C-3PO? The missiles on Godzilla were stored here, and you load them into launchers here, and hiding on his back are the firing triggers. Only in Japan do you find toys like this, and luckily for us, we have some more to look at.
What's wrong with you?
It's either this show or indigestion. I hope it's indigestion.
Why?
It'll get better in a little while.
We can't talk about Godzilla without featuring Godzilla's arch-enemy, King Ghidorah, a golden scaled, bat-winged dragon with 3 heads and 2 tails. We recently saw these two fight it out in the 2019 film Godzilla, King of the Monsters. Bullmark's rendition is surprisingly good and features the same die-cast and vinyl construction as Godzilla. This one is all gold, but a gold and brown one also exists. Vinyl is used for each of the 3 heads and the 2 tails. Each head can be independently positioned and the jaws open and close. For a toy nearing 50 years old, it's a miracle we still have the wings, which are striking even if made of plastic. They can be posed and fan in and out. Like Godzilla, the legs also move, so when King Ghidorah is tired after a long day terrorizing humans, he can sit down. And how does King Ghidorah terrorize? Well, in Bullmark's world, with missiles of course. We can flip down missile holders on each leg and then pull his chest forward to reveal missile launchers. And there we have it, a golden, three-headed, two-tailed flying dragon with missiles. Sharks with lasers have nothing on this guy. Gigan is a space monster resembling a species of reptile who has turned into a cyborg and is considered one of Godzilla's most brutal and violent opponents. This Bullmark rendition looks more like a parrot at a 90s rave. It's certainly colourful. As the head moves left and right, like Godzilla, the mouth opens and closes. Unfortunately, the buzzsaw in his chest is missing, but there are two additional smaller saws that can be attached to his tail or his metal hook hands. The arms are telescopic, and like all these figures, the legs also move. Finally, we have Baragon, a four-legged, horned, dinosaur-like creature with large ears. In the films, he's fierce, but this rendition looks much friendlier. He'd fit right in on Monsters Inc. This one is green, but there's also a blue version that does not have the horn. One unique feature is that the head, ears and arms can detach, allowing different configurations of the figures. The ears are made of a heavy polystyrene material and seem quite delicate. However friendly looking, he still has a built-in missile launcher behind this door. You can also attach accessories to the front here and twist them round via a key at the back. So there we have the Bullmark die-cast kaiju toys. Even way back in the 70s, Japan was innovating, creating unique items with all the bells and whistles and missiles. Beasts with missiles. Thanks for getting this far. If you enjoyed this episode, please like, subscribe and hit the notification bell for future videos. Do you have any vintage Japanese toys? What's the oddest feature or gimmick you've seen? Comment below, I'd love to hear from you. All I have left to say is stay safe and cheers.
What's wrong with you?
It's either this show or indigestion. I hope it's indigestion.
Why?
It'll get better in a little while.